Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to find my gloves. Um, Sometimes the rust makes me itch. Not all the time. But I'm just not in the mood to be itching. All right. So I think it's important to see when things don't work. And even though it was a very warm today, it was overcast almost all the day. So that lessens the buildup of the heat when I'm doing my rest. Well, let me backtrack. The way I rest is I wrap all these things up, throw them in a black trash bag, throw it out in the sun, and let nature take its course. It'll heat it up, and everything gets all activated, and the resting happens. So they've been out there all day till right now. It's 6:30 my time, and so the heat did not build up the way I would normally want it to build up because there was no sun. Now, normally I would just leave these as is, put them back out tomorrow, um, and and hope the sun comes out and heats them up a little bit more. But the forecast is for down here is for it to be cloudy again. So I figured, well, let's just see what they look like together. And more than likely, a couple of them I can already tell that I'm going to have to re-rest them because they don't have enough on them. But this will show um, why it's necessary to have a lot of patience when you do this, because you need to leave them out there for a long time. If you don't have direct sun going on. And if you're not doing it in the summer, you need to just leave them out there and let them do their thing. So let's see what happens when you don't let them do their own thing. And that's this is going to be like a backwards lesson. This is going to be like what not to do. But those kind of things are important to know also, because someone can tell you you need to do this, you need to do that, but it's like, okay, but why? So this is going to be the why. All right. So let's start. Let's go over here with this one. I'm sure deep inside they're going to be pretty cool, but when I let the heat really get through to them, it's bled all the way through to the top layer, and I can see that it hasn't bled, up to the top layer. So that's why I know they'll be cool inside, but they're not the way I like to do my stuff. But that's okay. Now, see, it barely did anything where it made direct contact. So that meant it didn't heat up enough to bleed through all the layers. So I'm not even going to open this up because I'm going to re-roll this, and it's still moist, but I'm going to moisten it a little bit more, and I'm going to spray this a little bit more. And then I'm going to roll this one back up so I can do it again. I'll put it out tomorrow, but you can see it was starting. We can give it, like an A for effort. Let's put it that way, so the little rest will go on those edges. And then I'll just, I know I have to do this one again. Okay. So I got my plastic bag next to me. And when I roll it, I'll roll it up tighter and then tie it up. But for now, I'm just doing that so I know where it goes. Not that that matters, but for me, it does. All right, let's see. Next. Now, some people actually steam them, to create the heat, but as much as possible, I try to do everything kind of naturally. If I wanted to, I could wrap them all up and then put them like in a double boiler and put them on the stove and have them done tonight, you know. But then what's the fun in that? What's the fun in that? You know? Let me put all my rusty over here. Okay, this is a little, oh yeah, it's a lot better. Oh boy, that's a little crunchy there. Look at that one. And I'll see, because this was a smaller one, maybe, I'm trying to think, or maybe it was in the top where the heat was. I'm not really sure what made a difference on this one. Because they started off with pretty much the same amount of rust. But I think, let's see if this one looks like a little bit more opened up. And if you have any questions along the way, just capitals, please, because I'll look up every now and then. If I don't see a capital, I'm not going to read. Okay, so we do have quite a bit going on. And this is folded like, yeah, 2 times there. So we've got all of this. So that's pretty cool. Whoops, more rusty stuff. Okay, so that's one. I can live with this one. I have the old double can. The old double whammy. Yeah, see, this never heated up. So I'll probably do this one again also. It was starting. And I see a trend. The bigger the can, I think the heat dissipates more. And the smaller the can, it would concentrate in there and start building up. I'm guessing. I'm just making up the story as I go. But it kind of makes sense. You see, there's a small one again, and it looks like maybe this one was a little bit better. Yeah, there might be something to my theory. Pretty cool. I like that one. Came out really nice. I can live with that one. So the same thing happened with that big one. Very strange. But like I said, there wasn't enough heat to build up. All right. Next. Same thing. Same size, same result. Interesting. And I've used these cans so many times, so I know they work. It was just the temperature factor. That's why when you do it, in cooler temperatures, you got to leave it out there for like about a week, at least. And sometimes when it's super duper hot, I can just leave it up there, just for like half a day, depending how rusty the items are that I'm using. No, the oven won't work because the humidity and the moisture is what releases all of this, and the oven will dry it out. So, nope. Unless you put lots of pans of water and they're boiling and all of that, but just to stick them in the oven, it won't work. So I'll do that one again. I also have to do my cans. Oh, cans! Oh, my big cans! Oh no! I'm not sure why, but I put a piece of paper over this one. I don't remember what my reasoning was. I don't think there was a reason. And then I said, what am I doing this for? So I didn't do it anymore. Oh, see, it didn't look like that one did anything. Very little. It didn't bleed. It was just what it was in contact with. So we're going to do that one over. Boy, I got a lot to do. I got to wait till the sun comes back out, though. It's not going to come out for the next couple of days, so I'm not going to waste my time. Okay, so we got some nice pieces on this. Little nice pieces of rust. Very good. I wasn't going for, on this particular batch, I wasn't going for patterns. I was just going for rust. So that's good. Sometimes I want direct patterns, but I wasn't going for that this time. Let's see if anything happened. Oh, yeah, a little bit. I like that. So we're getting toward the center now, and the heat didn't build up. So probably just the ones on the outer part are going to have, any kind of printing. Got a little bit of rust on there. Oops. No, this isn't muslin. This is I think it was an old duvet cover that I got somewhere. And I just cut it apart. It's cotton, but it's not. I think it's even a blend. But no, it's this now this piece is a piece of muslin right here. I got like maybe 2 different kinds of fabric here, maybe 3. You can see the sewing here. That was the part of the bedding, I mean the cover. Okay, one more pile. Or 2 more. I don't know. This is 1 here. Okay, so we got a couple of nice rusty spots on this one. Oops. Oh well. Okay, so you see, if you're impatient and don't leave them, or you miscalculate the temperature outside, it's a lot of work you go through to put all this bundles together, and then just to get, like, you know, a mediocre print. So when you start to do it, be committed. You know, that's going to have to stay out there a while. Kind of cool. Uh-oh. That one's seen better days. And sometimes you use your pieces so much that they literally start falling apart. Make sure you wear gloves and you have your tetanus shot. Both. Make sure you do both. Do I miss them? I soak my fabric and then wring it out till it's almost dry. I mean, you know, wring it out quite a bit before I wrap them up. Oopsie. See, now there was a lot of rest to be had here, but wherever this was sitting, it just wasn't heating up. All right, so okay, so we have some hits, some misses. Everything doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, these end up just being backgrounds for other things. And you know, you don't need it to be covered all over the place because it's going to get covered up with something else anyway. So not bad. I would say 50-50. The cans definitely need to go back, or just try a different technique on them, because lots of times I do multiple techniques on the fabric, so there might be enough rust on those on the can just for me to, you know, do something else with them. And you know, just play with them. That might be something I do. So now what I have to do is I have to go rinse these, and I have to put a little bit of baking soda in the water, or some people put a little bit of what do they put? Some people put, I think, vinegar to stop the action, to set it, or baking soda. Anyway, you need to neutralize your fabric. These probably don't need to be, because not a lot is going on, but it still can be cool. Oh, and I did my purse, but I bet you my purse didn't do any printing either. But let's check it out. Let's check it out. And it was really hard because, you know, it has the lining and it has the handle, and it was hard to get any pressure at any point. I don't think it's probably going to really do anything, at least not the way I wanted it to. I'm sure it did something, but what that something is, I don't know. Let's see. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. All right. What did I do? Oops. Forgot what I did. It's tied all over the place. Oh, it's got rust. And I put these little guys. Okay, so it got very little because of the contact. And I even put cardboard in the middle to try and put pressure, but I just could not get a good pressure point. So I knew this was going to be very, very iffy, but I still like it. And then what I'm probably going to do is give it a little tea dye bath of some kind. And ooh, maybe I'll even do the wait a minute. I'm getting some flashing ideas. I don't know where that blue came from. See how strange that is? Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Ooh, look. Now, see how funny? What did print? Oh, that's funny. Was this? Was the grate. Look how the grate did there. Maybe I should have just done the grate. Oh, wow. Maybe I should wait for a sunny day and do the grate. Wouldn't that look cool? Put the grate in the front. But see, this was bulky. See, I couldn't, even when I put stuff inside, it was just, oh, well. Oh, well. We'll see. We'll see. It'll all work. See, things just don't always come out the way you think they will, but that doesn't mean they don't come out cool. And then if it doesn't come out the way you want it, then it stimulates your mind into doing something else to it to get it closer to where you want it to be. So anyway, we got quite a bit in the back. Very cool. Yay! Okay, so now I'm going to have to look. I missed all the questions because you know me. I just get in a zone and I don't pay attention to anybody. It's a miracle I answered anybody's questions. I did some the other day that I didn't show you guys. Let's see. I can't remember if they came out good or not. That was over the weekend. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Again, you know, you just never know. I did these with my grates that I had. I did some more of those. I like doing my grates. I would have liked to have done this on here, but like I said, I couldn't get it flat. And that doesn't, it won't, you know, you can't get a real print unless you can get it flat. And here's some little other rusts I got done. I think I did these, forget, Saturday, Sunday, what's today? I'm getting my days confused. Here's another grate I did. Whoops. That didn't have full contact, so you can't see all of it. But see, that day was really, really warm, and I only had to leave it, you know, the full day, and it printed just fine. I did some more little doilies. I did some more feathers. I guess those are feathers. And these just had these soaking up the rust. So I like how these came out. I like using that I don't know what it's for, but you use it on your barbecue, all the little circles. I guess that's for steaming or roasting vegetables or something. But if you get the real cheapy one at the Dollar Tree, just sit it out there in your little rust garden for a while, and you got plenty of rust to play with. Anyway, so that's what it looks like when it's working. Just wanted to show you it does work if you've got the right temperature. So what else? I got a bunch more in here, but I'm just trying to see some of the ones that are just sopping up the different kinds of rust. Anyway, so I'm doing all these for because everybody's going to get a small piece, and when I say small, I mean small, because I got to count how many I have. But everyone's going to get a small piece of this when we do the Native North American Indians. I think rust will look really pretty with all the different backdrops that we're probably going to be working with. Now this stuff was, remember way back when I made the I was making this concoction so that we could stamp it. Do you guys remember that way back when? I don't remember when I was doing that. And this was what I did with some of that stuff. And I don't mind telling you that I think it looks pretty darn cool, if I do say so myself. And here's another one that I tried and I didn't do it right. And then I thought, whoa, maybe it's because I did blah, 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 blah. So I changed my tactic. I mean, because I like this too. I mean, rust is rust. But you can actually see the print of this one. So that's why I think, so that's what my goal was. And I only ended up with that. When I say only, you know, I mean, rest is rest. But sometimes you have a goal. And at least I got halfway there. What's this? Oh, and this one's like, woohoo, look at that. Hot tamale. All right, that's enough. I got a whole big old bag full of some more. But enough is enough. You guys get the idea. You get the idea. So now I'm going to have to go, and the ones that I'm not going to go and rust again, I have to rinse them out. The ones I'm going to rust again, I'll just wrap them all up again and just set them there in the bag until I get a sunny day, and then we'll continue the cookout. We'll continue the cookout. I can try out those papers. That'll look pretty neat. Gonna use those. Okay, so if you have any questions, don't tell me I asked a question way up there, because I'm not going to look for it. Sorry, Charlie. If you have any questions now, you have my undivided attention. Feel free to ask me a question, and I will try to answer it if I have the answer. I'll give you a couple of minutes because I know about the lag. See if you have any questions. Eee, messy. Messy. It's all wet. Darla answers your question. I'm sure Darla does. Darla, I don't know. This lady, she's got the info, let me tell you. And if she doesn't, she knows how to find it. Yeah. Yeah, Peggy. The glove hands have spoken. But nobody wants to ask me anything, so that's okay with me. Oh, let me get these separated. And I forget, am I keeping these? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, these had enough. I wonder what some of these would look like if I put them in some cochineal. I bet you they would look pretty cool. Or if I put them in some tea. If I just set them overnight in some tea, that might look neat. Yeah, why didn't I do that? Because who knows when I'm going to get sun. Yeah, the butterfly tea. I could do that and see what happens. But they'll end up like a, like a bluish color, I think. Rosemary. Rosemary, did you? No, I didn't. I didn't find any of those leaves. Burning bush. Burning bush. Smoke bush. What's it called? No, nobody contacted me. People said, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's, just in certain parts of the country, people tend to maybe landscape with it. I don't know. But Lucy, she lives in Canada too, doesn't she? Print with it and let me know how it came out for you. Oh no, another reason to be jealous of Lucy. She's got the right kind of leaves. I gotta find a non-Canadian that has one. Yeah, comes out really pretty. So I think I'm gonna have to find one and plant it in the spring, or maybe I can find one now. And that way it'll already be kind of established and start, have some good leaves on it by springtime. That's what I should do. Go check out a nursery. See who's got one. I don't want no scanned print. What are you talking about, Darla? Scanned print. I don't know who you think you're talking to, Darla. This one came out pretty cool, but boy, it needs to have a nice hose down, boy. So you see what I do is I hang these along the fence, and then I get the high pressure nozzle. I just hose them all down, and it works out pretty good because it's like a double whammy. Because the grass growing along the fence, it kind of sort of kills it because it gets over ironed. Instead of working like a fertilizer, there's too much, so it kind of kills it. So that works out good. Maybe at the nursery you can find a bunch of branches. Oh, you know what, Lucy? I tried that one time. I went to a nursery and they had quite a few of the bushes. Because around here, about the biggest one I've ever seen that you can buy is like I think it's a 5-gallon can. So it's not really big. It's, the plant's not all that big. And so there wasn't much there to prune, but I thought, it couldn't hurt. So I asked the guy, there was a guy there watering and stuff. And I said, do you mind if I kind of clean up that bush? And he goes, why? And I said, well, I like looking at how it would look when it's healthy instead of all straggly. And he bought it. So I did clip away the ones that were kind of dry and kind of toward the bottom to make it look like a healthy bush and everything. And the next time I came by, I thought, oh, that worked pretty good. So I went over and tried it again and again. It was a different guy. And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to let you do that." Because some people do that to just get clippings to start their plant. So that's not what I was going to do. I didn't argue with him, but there was no way I was going to plant off a clipping. I just wanted to boil it. Uh, so some will let you and some won't. I know there was this one guy. He's not there anymore. He was the manager of the nursery part over at Home Depot. And he'd see me coming and he'd say, oh, I got a little pile over here for you. And there'd be plants that he was getting ready to throw out because they really were. I mean, I don't think you could revive them. They were so bad because I've revived lots of plants, but these I think were like beyond. So I would just go in there and take out a bunch of leaves and stuff like that. But they moved him to a different one out of town. So I lost my connection. That was sad. Okay. Yeah, I would be so lucky if they would do that for me, Lucy. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Please show you. Oh, I saw capitals and I go, what? Show my support for what? Carla, thank you. That's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, those guys, they look at you kind of strange. No, even if you try to explain what you're doing, it just does not make any sense to them. So what I started doing is carrying samples with me of a couple of, papers that I've printed. And then I say, this is what I do. And they go, oh, that way you don't have to explain yourself. I have a little piece, like a card in my purse. And it saves a lot of them looking at you like you're some kind of a wacky doodle or something. Anyway, so if you guys had wondered, well, what's in Rosemary's rust garden? These are all the things I put outside and let them get rusty. Then I use them, and after I use them, I throw them back in my rust garden and let them get more rusty. And then I use them, and I throw them back out. So you too can have a rust garden. No matter how small of a space you have, even if you just have like a little plastic bucket and you throw the stuff in there, that can be your rest garden. Yeah, there you go. I am an art teacher and I need some tools to play with. I need some supplies. I know they're very hardcore. Yeah. Yeah, they've gotten, a lot of the companies have really gotten fanatical about it. And when anybody gets fanatical like that, somewhere, somehow there was a lawsuit about something. And to cover their patootie, they can't let anybody get anything. Because if something goes wrong with whatever it is they got, or in the act of getting, they don't want to get sued. Bottom line, whenever there's a no involved, there was a lawsuit somewhere. And that's usually what happens. Oh, that would be cool. Lucy, try that. Yeah. Bundle it all up and put it like maybe a couple of inches below the compost pile. Oh yeah, the store that I go to. Well, I used to go to this open market. I don't even think they're open to the public right now because of the situation. They used to do wholesale and retail, and I think they're only doing the wholesale right now. But anyway, it's a couple of blocks from here, And I would just go in there with a paper bag. I'd already asked him. I'd go to the paper bag and I would just clean this big old bin filled with the onion skins. Hi, Angie. Yeah, I like using the onion skins too. Maybe that's what I'll do on this. Yeah, you never know. All right, ladies, thank you very much for coming by and watching the fiasco. You know what to do, what not to do, what to expect if you're impatient or if the weather doesn't cooperate. Just let them stay there. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Put it on sky high again. I want to see the chicken. Have a little bit of chicken. I had ice cream.
And I checked. Oh, hold on. And I checked the